Dowry podcast, home of entertainment commentary, and I want to welcome you to my very first ever story time right here on YouTube. Yeah, make some noise! Hey. This is my first story time sesh, and the plan is, if everything just works or goes according to plan, the first Wednesday of the month and the last Wednesday of the month, I want to be throwing a story time here and there, hapa pale, about everything, relationships, life, generally, mambo to like mambo vya hapa na pale. So, the thing is, this particular story time was the most voted one on my Instagram page, and if you're not yet following me on Instagram, it's Mkamuri Chigogo. Welcome, and this is the story of how this man played me, took me for a complete idiot. He was dating me while at the same time he had already paid bride price for another hand. Let's get started.
Here we go.
Dowry podcast, brewing entertainment honey.
So this particular vibe stems back, let's see, a couple of years back. It's not Kitabo and neither is it Karibu Sana. It's just like recent past happenings. So, for the purpose of this story, let us call this human being a demon of a man, because that is exactly what he was back then, a demon of a man. So when I met this human being, let me tell you, everything was so Gucci. It was Gucci. It was like one of those things where you look at and you're like, I've been praying for this exact thing, and this is day 4. Day 4. What I've been praying for all my life. The first year of us meeting was really good. I don't know. It was just so, it was affirmed. It felt like there's nothing that could ever go wrong. So fast forward, we're doing December. This was our first December holiday together. And he came because at this particular time, because now we were living in different spaces. It was at one particular point, I was in this other space. And this December we had pre-planned, and it was like I was not going home for Christmas, but rather he was to come and came. What did he say? Came, he did. Come, he did. I think. So as we are almost collapsing that year, this is December, like end of December. After Christmas, I said I have to go home because it is what it is. Like, I cannot just spend the whole year. I've not gone home, and then now what? You still expect me to do the New Year's when I'm here? Never. So I said, okay, cool, just go, but I'll stay behind because his family was staying in that particular county, like a different county. It was just like, let's say, 45 minutes drive. 45, roughly an hour. So, when I came back home, so we are literally, I think, a few days shy to the new year. Something just felt off. I cannot tell you what it is, because there were no signs of anything that was amiss. In fact, when we left each other, everything was good, like we were happy. But something at the back of my mind just felt off. But there was just that intuition that just kept doing, I kept brushing it aside, because I'm like, you see, why are you trying to look for problems now? You're trying to look for, why are you trying to always source for problems where there are none? We were still talking, still chatting, he'd call, we were still enjoying a very good, healthy time together. Then, now we get into the new year, and let me tell you, that is when this man became a demon. Like, I think it's like he shed, and he just realized, I am done with this pretense, man, F it, like, itaenda. And then I was now introduced to that wolf that was dressed in sheep clothing. Man said, hi, have you met me? Have you met Lucifer? I'm Lucifer. So, long story short, we're into this new year, then issues of infidelity started cropping up. And for real, I sort of believe it will take a lot of convincing for me to believe that this man did not want to be caught. It's like he was doing it like the past year he was acting actively doing it. That was him. That had always been him. But now when this new year came, he was, I think, tired of pretending and tired of hiding. So he had approximately roughly 50 to 100 hands there surrounding him. Like he had a hand for different occasions. And probably from what I'm guessing, it was like he was playing compare and contrast to just gauge and see which hand will be with me to accommodate my bullshit. Because let me explain something to you that I've learned over the years. Men, even those ones who marry, at times it's not someone is there because of love. Maybe love is there, but someone is just looking for that one who will accommodate their level of bullshit. So let's say my bullshit is I want a woman who can take care of a man, and then I happen to get that. Bam, that's it. At times maybe my bullshit is I'm violent. Maybe my bullshit is I want someone who can, take me back even after cheating. Someone who does not mind, a man who cheats. Or maybe my bullshit is I'm just stingy. So they always look for something somewhere. So there's always that compare contrast thing. And then when someone realizes that this is the one who can handle me, like my level of toxicity and her level of toxicity margin, then I'm sticking with her. So of course when, I confronted him, asked him, these different hands were calling. Now this is a story for another day. He denied, others he accepted, and then we took a break. Because I am not that kind of person who just sits around and, allows myself to be put in situations where I have to compete for someone else's attention. That has never been me. It will never be me. Like, at least that much I have to pat myself on the back for. So I just told him, I don't think this is going to work because, you see, everything here is just not working. But I was still stuck up on him. So we took a little break, and then he resurfaced back and he was like, can we try this thing again? Can we maybe do you think we can? And I said, okay, fine. So if you're willing to change, very stupid, because nobody change. Only God can change man. God changeth man, not woman. Man can never change it, man. So let's make this work. Let's make this work. Okay, so tumeshikana tena. But now this time around, it's like we're starting things off on a clean slate. Let's wipe everything out and let's just start afresh. But still, communication is wanting. Things are not really moving the way they were moving the previous year, previous months. And then you see he would call, the calls would be programmed. The last call that he would make would be at 6. He would not call at night. He would not do, and because for me, I was like, you see, if you really, really want to claim me, to have me in your life, you have to make effort. So I was also not really whining and over calling him. So 6, he'd call at exactly 6 because I figured it out that this was the time when he was leaving office. But I didn't know that then. And of course, it was apparent that he was shacking up with some other hand where he was. Because remember, I was still not in the same county as them. Sawa? So, something happened in between here. So there was this short holiday stint that was coming up. You see, this short holidays that are in between the year, it was coming up. And we had pre-planned and said, you know what, I want to come see you, I want to come spend some time with you so that maybe we can see, just to see if we can maybe talk things through and, just understand where we are as a couple. And I said, cool. So let's say the holiday is next week. We had pre-planned this 2 weeks prior, and I kept asking, are you coming? He kept saying, yes, I'm coming. So that week, the holiday begins on Friday. On Monday, the demon of a man cancels on me. I swear, I cried. I felt bad. Chilled me. It pained. I was like, you see, why are you like this? Why? He gave some very stupid, lame reason. I can't even remember it because it's irrelevant right now. But it was really lame. And there was nothing I could do about it because I didn't even have the strength to offer myself to say, so can I come where you are? I just didn't even have that strength. So this is Monday, yes, cancelled. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so 3 days, we don't speak at all. No text, no calls, no nothing. Because on my side, I'm just, the man has already moved on. He already has someone else who is keeping his sheets warm. So on Friday, remember, we've not talked, Maki, we've not talked this past 3 days. No text, no WhatsApp, no nothing. Then all of a sudden, this man texts me. He's like, hey, how are you doing? I said, I see Ashanyoka. That plan worked, and it's work, and it will work. Because that's what some of these idiot men understand out here. So I respond. Of course, I'm feeling flattered. I'm like, yeah, what's up? So we talked. The conversation was really smooth. It was really warm. It was really something that I had not experienced, I think, in a long ass while from him. So we get to talking, and then he asks, so what are you doing now? And I it sort of flatters me. I'm like, oh my God, is he around? Like, was he pulling my leg? Is this a surprise? Like, yeah, like this, like that. He's going to say, hey, surprise, I'm here. So he asks, where are you? No, what are you doing? I tell him I'm about to leave the house. I want to go to the supermarket to run a few errands. Then he asks, so where are you? And then I say, I've already left the house and I'm headed to the supermarket. I think when he read that line, he was like, hey, I have to confirm because I am not about to be caught. He calls. Immediately I texted that. He said, hey, hi. Oh, okay. I'm like, wow, how lucky can a girl get a text and a call, in the midst of every type of nonsense confusion that was happening. We talk. And he asks, so where exactly are you right now? But he was not sounding rash. He did not sound alarmed. He was really calm and cool. And I told him in a joking way. I said, why are you asking me this? Are you around? Maybe like, are you hidden somewhere here? And you don't want me to bump into you or something. That was a joke on my side. And he laughed it off. Hey, of course not. I'm not around. I just want to know where you are. So I told him everything. We even talked about one of his family members. Like, we had gone back to that smooth jazz that us guys had. And then he hung up, said, yeah, I'll check up on you maybe in the evening, okay? So right now there's something I'm attending to concerning that family member. And then, yeah, I will get back. So I said, okay, polite. So now fast forward. Things were still not sitting proper. After that day, he didn't call. I was cross. I said, you promised you do this, you do that. Only for me to later find out that this man, Idimoni, was actually, so this hand that this human being was with, it was not just one. It was actually, I think, a couple of hands. And, some of them were just psychopaths. Actually, I even think that, so one of these hands, who was the biggest psychopath, like, I don't even know where that hand is to date. Like, to date, she's the biggest psychopath I have ever met in my entire life. Everyone else, we would have, but that one, she was psycho. So the hand calls, and she goes on this rant, talking all this rubbish of, let me tell you something, you little, even called me a name that I'm not going to mention. Then she went ahead to say, you know what, even on this day, like now this is that actual, the holiday stint, yeah? He was at our home, he went to meet my mommy and my daddy and my entire family, and he'd gone to pay mahari, ameenda kufunga mlango. I'm even known like in his home place, the mother, the brother, the sister, the auntie, the ancestors, the dead great-granddaddy knows me. What you gonna, so honestly, I'm very calm. I was not doing back and forth, because the thing is, never let anyone see you sweating. That's just like the moral of the story. Never. Even when you're sweating and you're dying and you want to just collapse, just never let them see you sweat. So, gathered myself and just listened to that whole call, and I said, okay. Then it replayed back in my head. I'm like, wait, what? Now this was after she hung up because she was like, leave him alone. So now that he has already paid this bride price thing or whatever, he's in the process of paying it. So I said, first wait. It's not even about that bride price. That we'll revisit. Does it mean on that particular date, him cancelling on me, he cancelled because he was going to this other hand's place to pay the bride price? So I felt like I was playing the biggest loser. Not in terms of weight, but in terms of everything. So who does this man take me for? What exactly does he take me for? Seriously. Anybody, is there anyone who's willing to shed light? What? So I did the calculations and I realized that the time he called, you see that other time now. Let's go back a bit. When he called to confirm where am I or where was I at that time, is because he knew that we would probably bump heads because we were probably around the same vicinity, going to the exact same supermarket. So that's what it hit me like that, and then I now absorbed it, and I was like, okay, shit. So you cancelled because you're going to pay bride price somewhere else, and then you text me on that day, to just check where I was so that you could make a bigger fool out of me. I called. Do you know what that demony of a man told me? The lamest excuse he gave. He didn't even deny. He listened and then he took liability and he said it's true. That day this and this was happening and I don't deny that I was around, and yes, that's why I was calling. However, listen, if it's any consolation, I called up this hand. You see, the thing is, I went there only because there was a lot of pressure from the hand, from different members of the family, and this hand is like, I don't want to shack up with someone who has not married me, someone who has not done anything legal, you see, So that's why I yielded to the pressure and decided to give her whatever it is she wanted. So I asked, did you pay anything? You see, because I was trying to console myself over nonsense, really. Asked, did you pay anything? He said, no, I didn't pay anything. I just went, it was just me. We're just going to meet the folks. That's it. So I reverted back, called the hand, asked for confirmation, and the hand was super adamant. She was like, if that's what he's told you, he's lying. He's lying. Because alitoa hela za kufunga mlango, and not only that, we've already even planned a proper date where he's going to come with the elders to come have a proper sit down so that, you see, we complete this whole thing and we get married. So I didn't know who to believe, but honestly, I think now at this point, the thing that saved me is the fact that I was over it. I was over that type of mistreatment. I was over that type of nonsense drama. I was just over everything. Like, everything was just, I was drained, honestly. I didn't even have the strength to start fighting or to start acting like, you see whatever you're telling me is lies. I just relented and I let it go. So at this point, I had already met someone else. I was moving on. I didn't even bother telling him that there's someone else who's making me happier. So my concentration was there now. I was like, happily, respectfully, I am moving from this nonsense. Then it was still on off, like, that thing where it's over, but it's really not over until the fat lady sings, and the fat lady here in this case was me, because women are always the fat ladies in these relationships. Please note, if you feel like you're dissatisfied, if you feel someone is not treating you right, please, it is you who needs to sing. You are the fat lady, woman, lady, you are the fat lady. So what happened? One day, he just wrote me a WhatsApp message, and I read it, and I blue ticked. And that was the last time he and I ever spoke. I blue ticked that message, and I think like a week later, I blocked him from all my avenues. Instagram block, Facebook block, my calls block, everything, WhatsApp block, just block. deleted his number. I don't know, maybe they still remember it offhand, but I was just determined. I was like, I am not allowing you to ruin whatever it is I have, and my sanity and my joy and my happiness cannot be invested in an asshole who knows nothing about being happy. So yeah, that's just how that whole situation bailed. But the truth of the matter is that whatever that confused bride price couple did not go anywhere. So I think, yeah, everyone has just moved on with their life. So yeah. So so that's just how it ended. Blue ticked him and I moved on respectfully. So if we've come to the end of this particular story time, if you've liked or this story has resonated with you, in the list, comment down below, and please let's stick to the story time sesh. If you comment anything off from this story time, sharp inatolewa, that's just it. And I have more of this to come, so I'll be running these polls. I think hata pia YouTube hapo kuna hizo polls watu wako nazo. So I'll be running them simultaneously on my Instagram and on my YouTube page. So yeah, if you've liked this story and it has resonated with you for one reason or the other, or if you can relate, or if you found it interesting, please just leave your comment in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss an upload when I upload. Bye. Thanks for watching.